Hi, sixth grade. Here is your monthly book talk from the library. Our first book today is Ungifted by Gordon Korman. It comes from the humor section, and he is just a fabulous author when it comes to writing good, funny books. So if you are looking for something funny, please always take a look at the books that are by Gordon Korman. Ungifted is the story of a kid who has definitely never been called gifted before. He is one of those kids who tends to prank others and do things that get him into trouble, and as a result of that, he usually sometimes takes things a little bit too far, and this time at the beginning of the story, he has definitely done so. Donovan gets himself into the principal's office, and the principal has finally had enough. She tells Donovan, "That's it. I'm finally done with this, and we are going to put you into an after-school detention program to basically teach you to stop messing around so much. The things that you're doing are causing too much trouble." Well, luckily for Donovan, the principal is so busy with other things that the paperwork for him getting into detention gets mixed up with the paperwork for a gifted and talented type of program, and he ends up in an Academy of Scholastic Distinction, which is a special program for very, very bright students. Donovan at first is thrilled. He thinks, well, gosh, there's no better place for him to be. He can fool anybody. It's going to be no problem to pretend that he is as bright as the other kids in this academy, but that does not turn out to be quite as easy as he thinks, and the things that happen as a result are just really, really funny. The first book is Ungifted, and the sequel is called Super Gifted. Take a look in the humor section for either one of those great reads. If you're looking for an adventure, if you're looking for an animal story, a great friendship book, Sarah Pennypacker writes Pax. And this was one of my favorite reads a couple years ago. I just can't recommend it enough. Pax was just a baby fox, a kit, when his family was killed, and Peter, our main character, rescued him and basically brought up Pax almost the way that you would with a dog. Pax has been living with Peter this whole time, and Peter and Pax have this game, where Peter will throw out one of these little green army toys like you see on the screen here. Throw the toy, Pax will run to go and fetch it just the way a dog will, pick it up in his mouth, bring it back to Peter, drop it at his feet. And the two of them have this bond, this friendship, this incredible bond between the two of them. Peter's dad is now being asked to go off and fight in a war, and Peter's going to go live with his grandfather. Well, his grandfather has said, no foxes are coming to live at my house. So Peter and his dad drive into a forest, and they get out of the car, and they get Pax out in the car too, and Peter, like he has done so many times before, throws that little green army toy, and Pax runs to get it. But when Pax turns around with that toy in his mouth to bring it back to his owner, Peter and his father are already driving away. They've left Pax there in the forest alone. And Pax is sad, and Peter is sobbing in the car. And this story tells the tale between the two of them. It's told in alternating chapters where you get to hear not only Peter's point of view of what it was like to leave his best friend behind, but also you find out how Pax feels. You get it from Pax's perspective to find out what it was like to be left behind. And you'll discover in this adventure story that the two of them determine they are not going to be kept apart, and they're going to go on a journey to find one another again. That's this book, Pax by Sarah Pennypacker. Look in adventure for this story. Football Genius by Tim Green is such a creative sports book. It's not like a lot of the others that are very, very realistic, although this has tons of realistic sports play in it as well. This one, though, our main character, Troy, has a pretty incredible gift where he can predict any football play before it happens, with any position, any player, any team. That's quite a gift. That'd be pretty incredible to be able to do. His mom is a single parent. She gets a job working for the Atlanta Falcons, and Troy sees this as a way for his mom to really have some success and believes it's a way for him to use his gift as well. So he decides he's going to tell the owner of the team. He's going to tell the coach. He's going to try and get the attention of the star linebacker. He wants to let them know, hey, I can help your team that has not been doing so well. Now that my mom works for you, I can help you out. I can help you get some success as a team, play better, and this is going to manage to make everything go a lot better for everybody. Well, at first, people don't believe this 12-year-old. Right, kid. Okay, sure, you can predict what's going to happen next on the field. He's got to prove that first. And then even once he does prove that this does happen, things don't quite go the way he hopes. Football Genius by Tim Green. Imagine what it would be like if you knew exactly what was going to happen out on the field or on the screen as you watched a sporting event. This book imagines that exact thing. Zombie Baseball Beatdown by Paolo Bacigalupi is such a fun fantasy read, perfect for those that not only love sports, but also zombies. A lot of humor to this one as well. And I'm going to let the author in this video tell you a bit about the book first.
Fight off the zombie hordes and save their small town from the zombie apocalypse. They're kind of outmatched. The reason why I was thinking about zombies and baseballs going together was honestly baseball bats. I wanted to make sure that there was a lot of splatter in it. Die, zombie, die, die! The other thing about baseball is that it's really sort of the American sport. I'm really interested in what it means to be an American and how we define that. I think it's important to sort of know where the things that we prosper from come from. And I'm really interested in where our food comes from. When you're thinking about where a zombie apocalypse is going to come from, the local meatpacking plant makes a perfect setting.
So as you can see from the way the author tells this story, it is definitely a book about not only baseball and about zombies, but it's about 3 kids who are practicing baseball when they nearly get knocked out by this really huge stink. They find out that this cattle feed from the plant has been turning cows into zombies, and they've not only got to solve the mystery of that, but also, basically fight to stay alive. It's a really inventive, fast-paced book. It's terrific in terms of looking at food safety as well, so there's really some underlying bigger themes here, but adventure and a lot of fun. Take a look at this one in fantasy. Stick Dog, speaking of fun, is just plain fun if you are someone who loves Diary of a Wimpy Kid and you've enjoyed Dogman books back in elementary school. This is a great series for you to look at in the humor section. Stick Dog is certainly that great character. You're going to follow him in these books on an epic quest for the perfect burger. There are really funny stick figure drawings in these books, and again, it's just got that same sort of a style. Tom Watson is the author here. As it says on the front cover, it's a really good story with kind of bad drawings. So since I've had so many people asking for Diary of a Wimpy Kid and Dogman lately, I thought I might as well put out there that this series would be fun to take a look at. Got 2 others to share with you here. One for the Murphys by Linda Mullally Hunt in realistic fiction. One of my favorite stories about a girl searching for what family is. Family doesn't always have to be those people that have necessarily been in your life from the very beginning. This girl was raised at the beginning by her mom, but her mom just wasn't really equipped to be the very best kind of mother. And as a result, she's been bounced around in some different foster care families, none of which have really worked out. She ends up in this family, the Murphys, and Carly believes at first that they're going to be just another family that pushes her aside. Turns out, though, the Murphys really like Carly. They really don't care that she continues to kind of say cruel things and try to push them away. They are a family who really believes strongly that everyone deserves care and love, and they are going to work really hard to have her be a part of theirs. This is a story that's so heartwarming and fun. You're going to love every character in this book, one for the Murphys in realistic fiction. And last but not least, if you're looking in the graphic novel section, The Bad Guys by Aaron Blabey. This is a great example of a series where we've got bad guys who are just really bad at being bad. They try so hard. They have all these plans for how to be villains, and they just can't do it. We've got a wolf, a piranha, a snake, a shark. Their first plan is to break a bunch of dogs out of a dog pound, but they just can't do it. They're trying to do the wrong thing, but they keep making the right choices instead, and it's hilarious. Check out these books. We've got the first 8 of them in our collection of graphic novels by Aaron Blabey. I hope something I shared today sparks your interest, gets you thinking. When you come down to the library for your next checkout, maybe you'll want to take a look at something I shared today or something from last month. Perhaps you'll want to just do some looking on our library catalog. Don't forget that you can always do that at any time on our library homepage. Thanks so much for your attention. Happy reading.